Alright, so if you're considering buying a Model Y, like this back here, you definitely want to stick around for this video because I'm going to go over some delivery issues that I encountered that you may most likely encounter as well. And I'm going to also talk about my experience with my first service visit trying to address these issues. So if you enjoyed this content, just consider dropping a like down below. But either way, let's get into it. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go through the issues. I have the car going into its first in-person service appointment tomorrow. I've had mobile service already, which has addressed a couple of issues. The first thing they addressed was this charge port. It did not used to latch on before. Now everything seems to be working fine, so great. The second thing they addressed was on the driver's side here. There used to be pretty bad misalignment. Looks much better now. So that's what's fixed so far by mobile. Now let's go through what's actually hopefully going to get fixed tomorrow at the service appointment. First off, tail light. I noticed that there was some condensation around this area, I believe down here as well. Not sure, somewhere around here there was condensation a couple days after picking it up. So hopefully they get that replaced. Moving around, I found gaps here pretty good, not too bad, except this. My pinky can almost go in there. It's a little wide. Up here, not too bad, pretty reasonable. I thought pretty straight. Moving along the side, there's a little bit of a door ding right here. Hopefully the camera picks that up. Something there. Alignment on this, it's okay. It's not too bad. I don't know if they'll really do anything. It kind of sticks out a bit more from the side here. So let's see if they take a look at that. Moving along, nothing really wrong here. This alignment's okay. Wheel wells, okay. Oh, forgot to mention, this right here, wheel well kind of sticks out a bit. I don't know if you can see that on camera here. Yeah, so it kind of sticks out a bit here. Kind of I've addressed that. I've asked them to look at it. I'm not sure if they actually will though. So that's one thing. Door alignment, I mean, you can kind of see it kind of goes flush here, but then down here and up here, not perfectly aligned. So that, I don't know. I think that's okay. Not too concerned about that. Moving along, headlights I thought were okay. No issues there. Frunk, kind of find this alignment a little odd. So you can see here the gap along this side seems to be more than the gap along this side. So maybe they address that. I also noticed this frunk is kind of hard to close, so maybe that's contributing to it. And also when I took it through a car wash, touchless, some water did leak through to the frunk. So maybe that's with the panel alignment issue, maybe because there's a bigger gap here. Something like that, it's leaking through, I'm not too sure. Otherwise the front looks okay, headlights are fine. The rim did have a scratch right here. Look at these, right here. Uber turbine, expensive rims. Comes with a scratch. Not too happy about that. Moving along, here we can see that there's some crazy scratches on the actual mirror cap. Mobile Tech told me that it was actually under the clear coat, so they're gonna have to replace this. He has that ordered, so they're gonna fix that tomorrow. Moving along here, like I said, this was addressed, so it's much better now. Alignment here is okay. The back, again, we have the same issue. You know, I can pretty much fit my pinky in there. Pretty big gap, but not too big of a deal. Down here again, this was worse. It's much better now. Mobile Tech kind of, when he aligned one of the doors, he actually looked at this too. He said one of the clips was loose, and yeah, this part right here used to kind of just press back and forth, but now seems to be much better. Okay, moving along. Let's see. Inside the car, this, I don't know, why do I see metal there? It's all this green stuff right here. That stuff I've asked them to just take a look at, see if there's any residue or something. Otherwise, the interior seems to have been pretty good. You can see up here, this was one of my issues that I pointed out. Mobile Tech tried to address this. The headliner had a little bit of damage there, but he did order another one to get replaced. It was like that on pickup. There was a little bit of a red stain over here, but he managed to get rid of that. Couple fingerprints all over, got rid of that. And the back, okay, let's go, I guess, to the back. We can take a look here first. Look at the seat alignment. Not too bad from this angle, but let's look at it from the back. It's not the best, so let me actually pop the trunk open here. So popping the trunk open, take a look here. I got some mats in, but yeah, look at this alignment. Does that look normal to you guys? Now I know some of you may say, hey, the other seats recline. No, they're both in their default position. They're not reclined here. Let me just get in here. Actually do this just to show you guys. So this is kind of with it loose. Click back in first position, loose, click back in first position. Look at that alignment. That is not aligned. Now what I could do is actually pull this back a little bit so it's reclined a bit so it looks a bit better, but that's not really solving the problem. It's badly misaligned. So that is something I want them to look at and fix. Oh, and at the front, I did notice underneath, for whatever reason, there is, where's it? Right there. A big blob of orange paint. Don't know how that got on there, don't know why it's on there, but hopefully they clean that off. Yeah, otherwise the car is doing well. Tires seem to be fine. I don't see any issues with them. Everything else seems to be operating like I would expect. Taillights, apart from that issue, I mean, this did have a loose connection, but I think it was just because, you know, when he was fixing the charge port, something just went loose. Came in the next day, fixed it, no problem. I have to say that the mobile support for Tesla so far has been outstanding. I've actually that's been like one of the best parts of the whole experience. So just an FYI, so they come to your house and they actually fix stuff for you. But yeah, anyways, so that's kind of the run through all the major issues. Hopefully they address most of that tomorrow, get that fixed, and yeah, we'll kind of do an update video once that's done. Okay, so had a few issues from delivery, right? So let's kind of go through this and see what they addressed. Let's start off here. Yep, so they replaced this. If you remember in the previous one, they had a bunch of scratches on here, some blue markings, so they just replaced this. Brand new now, that looks good. Door looks pretty good actually. They may have adjusted this slightly. They said they actually did some adjustments. Still kind of wide here, I could fit my pinky. Not too bad though, I think it's fine. I can tolerate that. Top alignment still looks good. Some alignments over here, which they kind of touched up on. It seems pretty good. Sorry about that right here. Over here, we still have, you know, it's not as big of a gap actually. They kind of touched that up a little and kind of lined this up a bit more. So that looks good. This mirror cap is still fine. The hood. So this is something they actually fixed pretty good. You can see here that the alignment now across looks like almost perfect, and it's much easier now to actually close this hood too. So that was definitely something improved on. A few other things, the rim they did not address. Right here, if you see that, a little bit of a scratch there, did not address that. On the inside, take a look at this. On the inside, they did address the seats. So right now you can see the seats are actually slightly reclined. So let me pull them up, put them in their default position. So that's in this default position and here. So that's it, enough click. So you can see it's still not aligned. There's still some alignment issue. If I open the trunk, you can probably see it a bit better. So I can take a look here. You can still see it's clearly still not aligned, but I mean, much better than before. Pretty close. I can just do this to kind of pull it back a little to align it a bit better. And I'm okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. What else did they address? Inside, if you remember, we had a scratch on the headliner, right? Up here, the scratch is gone. It looks like they replaced this whole piece, right? The brand new piece, so that's good. Nothing here either. And overall, pretty happy with the service. There was one funny point actually. So when I picked up the car, they forgot to give me my key back, my actual key fob. So I mean, you use your phone anyways to get into the car, so I never really thought about it. But then I realized I leave a key fob with me, and I handed that to them when I dropped the car off. So anyways, I sent the guy an email, replied back, and they actually came to my house and dropped off the key. So that was awesome. And apart from that, I'm very happy with the service. I think the service so far has been great. As you know, the delivery experience was not the best. I'm gonna make a video on that if I haven't already by this point. They did not replace the tail light, even though it had some condensation, but the thing is, it's kind of hard to show that, right? I have a picture of it, but it wasn't really addressed this time around, but I'm sure whenever I do have that condensation again, gonna book an appointment, have mobile service come out, and they'll probably replace this for me. But really happy with it. Good job, Tesla. You guys have done really well. You can see the car is fully charged. Probably gonna take it out for a drive now. 370 kilometers, that's about where I charge mine up to. And yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. All right, so that was the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I plan to make a ton more videos on my experience of ownership of this car. Any issues that I come across, I do want to address it on the channel so that you know as a potential consumer what to expect when purchasing a Model Y. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to invest positively, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.